Know the top stories of the day. Understand the issues that matter. This is Manila Bulletin News on Web. Your quick rundown of top news in the country and around the world. Manila Bulletin, celebrating 120 years of timely stories and timeless truths. Be fully informed. Hi, I'm Barbie Atienza. This is MB Now, and here are your news on web.
At least 1,541 new cases of coronavirus disease were recorded in the country on the last day of 2020, which brings the total number to 474 and 64 before the new year, the Department of Health reported on Thursday. In the latest COVID-19 case bulletin of the DOH, a total of 25,024 active cases have been recorded in the country as of December 31. According to the DOH, most of the active cases, or at least 80.8%, are experiencing mild symptoms. 10.4% are asymptomatic, 5.5% are in critical condition, while 2.9% are having severe symptoms. Meanwhile, the department logged 296 new recoveries and 14 fatalities, bringing the total to 439,796 and 9,244 respectively. Based on the data from the DOH, Quezon City has the most number of new infections at year-end with 101, followed by Baguio City with 79 and the city of Manila with 67. Rizal Province placed 4th with 65, then Davao City with 59, the DOH added. In a statement also on Thursday, DOH said 9 duplicates were removed from the total case count, 5 of which were recovered cases. With the increase in the number of daily new cases, DOH said 3 laboratories were not able to submit their data to the COVID-19 data repository system on December 30.
Despite the presence of the new COVID-19 variant from the United Kingdom, the Department of Health said there's no still evidence that it will affect the efficacy of the present vaccines. Duque explained that the strain of the SARS-CoV-2, the virus which causes COVID-19, has not changed, adding the mutations of the strain have already been observed before and it's not something new. While Duque recognized the concerns on COVID-19 vaccines' efficacy are valid, he pointed out that there is no evidence so far showing that these have been rendered ineffective. With this, the DOH chief emphasized that the government's immunization roadmap will still push through as planned. Citing National Task Force Against COVID-19 Chief Implementer and Vaccine Czar Carlito Galvez Jr., Duque noted that the vaccines will be made available around March 2021 at the earliest. The government has formally secured more than 2 million doses of vaccines from AstraZeneca, which is expected to arrive in the second quarter of 2021, while negotiations with other vaccine manufacturers are still ongoing. The Armed Forces of the Philippines has vowed to investigate members of the Presidential Security Group for acquiring and using vaccines against the 2019 novel coronavirus disease. AFP spokesman Marine Major General Edgar Arevalo said in a statement that AFP's Chief of Staff General Gilbert Gapay has already ordered the conduct of a thorough investigation on the factual circumstances surrounding this incident. The move was made after PSG Commander Brigadier General Jesus Durante III earlier bared that the PSG was able to get COVID-19 vaccines and have its personnel vaccinated. On the other hand, Arevalo official reiterated that AFP believes that the move was made by the PSG was necessary to prevent President Duterte from catching COVID-19. Under Section 21 of Republic Act No. 3720 or the amended Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, it is provided that any new drug should have an authorization from the FDA based on the application containing full reports of investigations.
President Rodrigo Duterte said the Philippines will see brighter days in the year 2021 as he counted on the Filipinos' unyielding character amid the persisting COVID-19 pandemic. Duterte said that for him and other people in government, the new year is another chance to serve our people and another opportunity to render public service with genuine compassion and malasakit. Among the programs Duterte vowed to push is the procurement of the COVID-19 vaccines, noting that the pandemic have cost the country so many lives and material resources. The Philippine government has been negotiating with pharmaceutical companies, allied nations, and the private sector for the purchase of COVID-19 vaccines, which authorities hope will put an end to the health and economic crisis that has been battering the country. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said on Thursday that the government's COVID-19 vaccination program is expected to roll out in the first quarter of 2021.
Here is a rundown of the news in and around the metro.
Manila Mayor Francisco Isko Moreno Dumagoso said he will not hesitate to cancel the city government's projects and programs should the budget they earmarked for COVID-19 vaccines be insufficient. The city government has set aside 250 million pesos for the purchase of COVID-19 vaccines once it secures approval from the authorities. This will be given free of charge to the city's residents. Meanwhile, the local chief executive reiterated his call for residents to not get unregistered COVID-19 vaccines and wait for one that is certified by authorities. This after reports of unauthorized COVID-19 vaccination activities reach the city government. Dumagoso has already ordered the city government and the police to investigate the matter. The local government of San Juan will impose localized lockdown in case the new strain of COVID-19 hits the city. Mayor Francis Zamora said localized lockdown has worked in the city in ensuring the COVID-19 cases are managed and controlled. The mayor said that the lockdown may only impose to areas with reported COVID-19 cases like buildings, chains, or houses so that the various industries will not be affected. Zamora admitted that the city recorded a rise of COVID-19 cases this holiday season because of the increase of movements of people outside of their homes, particularly in malls and supermarkets.
And here are the top news in other parts of the country.
The Department of Interior and Local Government confirmed that it has issued a show-cause order against Laoag City Mayor Michael M. Quillon for alleged violation of quarantine protocols in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic. A number of photos circulated on social media showing that a Christmas gathering was held in Laoag, which was allegedly organized by Quillon. The DILG said that government officials must lead by example and therefore should be wary about calling for gatherings at this time. The DILG assured that they will accord Quillon due process and will act based on the answer of the mayor and the show-cause order issued against him. A woman delivered her baby inside the police car in Naval, Biliran, according to a report from the Police Regional Office 8 on Thursday, December 31. Police Officer Presco Diaz Adorable responded to a request for assistance to help transport a pregnant woman who had already gone into labor in Barangay Ongale 1. While they were on their way to the Kawayan Rural Health Unit, the husband reportedly saw the head of the baby coming out, and this left Adorable with no choice but to help deliver the baby of Maria Fe Agustin right inside the patrol car. Biliran Police Director Colonel Julius M. Coime commended Adorable for the immediate response he gave in helping the Agustins. Personnel of the Butuan City Police Station 3 were able to raise 20,000 pesos and send it to the family of a mother and her son who were shot dead by a policeman in Paniqui, Tarlac on December 20. They were able to raise the amount through a Pass the Hat challenge, which they initiated after learning of the cold-blooded murder of Sonia and Frank Gregorio by Police Staff Sergeant Jonel Nuezca. The money was received by the Gregorio family through the Chief of Staff of the Paniqui Municipal Police Station, who assisted in ensuring that their financial assistance would reach the intended beneficiary.
Here's a quick look at news from around the world.
Britain on Thursday finally severed its turbulent half-century partnership with Europe, quitting the EU single market and customs union, and going its own way 4.5 years after its shock vote to leave the bloc. Brexit, which has dominated politics on both sides of the Channel since 2016, became a reality as Big Ben struck 11 p.m. in London, just as most of the mainland Europe ushered in 2021. Prime Minister Boris Johnson, the figurehead of the Leave campaign, described it as an amazing moment for the country and played up his upbeat narrative of a global Britain, unshackled from rules set in Brussels. He vowed that post-Brexit Britain, despite being battered by the surge coronavirus cases, would be an open, generous, outward-looking, internationalist, and free-trading country. Police officers checked vehicles in the Avenue des Champs-Élysées in Paris to ensure that curfew rules are being respected in French capital on New Year's Eve. The Eiffel Tower shines at midnight to mark the New Year as curfew is implemented in order to contain the spread of the coronavirus. Despite rising cases and concern over a new more contagious strain of the disease, a government spokesperson said there was no need for local lockdowns for now. France has had 2 national lockdowns and bars, restaurants, and cultural attractions will remain closed into January. Thousands of New Year's revelers packed into the center of Wuhan, the Chinese city where COVID-19 was first detected, cheering and releasing balloons to welcome in 2021. Police erected fences to try to prevent congestion around the city's Custom House clock tower, but the measure was ineffective due to the large turnout of mainly young people. Wuhan was put under strict lockdown for more than 2 months from late January, but has returned to normal life since the summer. Schools fully reopened in September.
The updates behind the scenes on entertainment.
Pinoy Big Brother winner and Chinita Princess Kim Chu wrapped up 2020 by donating food packages for families and individuals hit by Typhoon Ulysses recently. On Instagram, Kim described the year 2020 as tough, saying, "This year is tough but we can end it happy." Kim and her group gave out food packages for 800 families and food for 1,500 people in an undisclosed location that was massively hit by Typhoon Ulysses. Kim ended her post saying, "Let's all be a blessing to one another."
And here are the latest in the world of sports.
A stunning turn of events transpired in the chess world before 2020 came to an end as Grandmaster Wesley So, world champion Magnus Carlsen, and fellow big names crashed out of the Airthings Masters Thursday. The 27-year-old So staged a furious comeback against French Grandmaster Maxime Vachier-Lagrave in the second of 4-game set of their quarter-final match, but fell short in the tie-break, resulting in an early exit in the second leg of the $1.5 million Champions Chess Tour. After terribly losing 3-1 in the first day, the reigning World Fisher Random Chess titleist got off to a strong start behind the Reti opening, then took 3 draws for a 2.5 to 1.5 scoreline over Vachier-Lagrave, forcing a tie-break showdown. The second-seeded So dropped the first splits game following a rook blunder in the endgame, but managed to keep his tournament life with yet another Reti opening in the second blitz clash. However, in the must-win Armageddon playoff, the former Filipino champion and now the current U.S. chess king was not able to break through with the same opening as Vachier-Lagrave forced a draw to advance to the semifinals. Meantime, top seed Carlsen, the reigning World Classical, Rapid and Blitz champion, suffered a shocking defeat to his former aide, Danny Dubov of Russia, 2.5 to 0.5 in the second set, following a 2-2 draw in the first half.
And those are the news on Web today, January 1, 2021. Happy New Year to all of you, wherever you are in the country or in the world. We wish you a happy, hopeful, and healthy 2021. For more news and details, get your copy of Manila Bulletin newspaper tomorrow or log on to www.mb.com.ph, or you may also subscribe to our newsletter through the link on this video's caption to have the day's latest news delivered to your inbox. I am Barbie Atienza for Manila Bulletin, celebrating 120 years of timely stories and timeless truths. Join us again on Monday. This has been MB Now. Be fully informed.